Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimacung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chap. 3 sec. 4 of the Iliad of Homer.
As.
Ah.
The Iliad of Homer. Theodore Buckley. Chap. 3 sec. 4. And Troy possess their fertile fields in peace. So shall the Greeks review their native shore, much famed for generous steeds. With grief he urged to join his milk-white coursers to the car. He mounts the seat, and Tunner at his side. The gentle steeds through Skuz gates they guide, the X from the car descending on the plain, amid the Grecian host and Trojan train. Slow they proceed, Aloud, and with him rose the king of men. On either side a sacred herald stands. The wine they mix, pour the fuller in, his cutlass shit beside his ponderous sword. From the signed victims crops the killing hair. The heralds part it, and the princes share. He calls the gods, and spreads his lifted hands. O first and greatest power, whom all obey, who high on his holy mountain sway. Eternal Jove, from east to west, and view from pole to pole, thou Mother Earth, and all ye living floods, infernal furies, and torturing gods, who ruled it for perjured kings, and all uselessly swear, and be witness, by Paris slain. Great Menelaus pressed the fatal plain. The Daemon treasures let the Trojan keep, and Greece returning plough the watery deep. If by my brother's lance the Trojan bleed, be as the wealth and be out a stame decreed. The appointed fine let relentlessly pay, and every age record the signal day. This if the Phrygians shall refuse to yield, arms must revenge. With that the chief the tender victims slew, and in the dust their bleeding bodies threw. The vital spirit issued at the wound, and left the members quivering on the ground. From the same one they drink the mingled wine, and add libations to the powers divine. While this their praise united mount the sky. Mighty Jove, and here, ye gods on high, and may there budge, who first the league confound, shed like this wine, to stain the thirsty ground. May all their consorts serve promiscuous lust. This either host their imprecations joined, which Jove refused, and mingled with the wind. The rice now finished, reverend Priam rose, and this expressed a heart to charge with woes. Ye Greeks and Trojans, that the sheaths engage, but spare the weakness of my feeble age. In yonder walls that object let me shun, nor view the danger of so dear a son, whose arms shall conquer and what prince shall fill. Heaven only knows. This said, the hoary king no longer stayed, but on his god the slaughtered victims laid. Then seized the reins his gentle steeds to guide, and drove to Troy, and Tunner at his side, the less of combat, and the ground enclose, next to decide by sacred lots prepare, who first shall lodge his pointed spear in air. The people pray with elevated hands, and words like these are heard through all the bends. Immortal Jove, high heaven's superior lord, on oft deed is holy mount adored. Woes are involved us in this dire debate, and shades eternal, let division cease. The lots of fight and shakes the brazen urn, and part thine leaped forth, ordained the first to roll the weighty lance. Both armies sat the combat to survey, beside each chief his azure armour lay, and round the list the generous coursers neigh. The Beatus roar now raised for fight, in gilded arms magnificently bright. The purple cuishes clasp his thighs around, with flowers adorned, with silver buckles bound. Lichen scarce let his fair body dressed, braced and enfitted to his swifter breasts, a radiant baldric o'er his shoulder tied, sustained the sword that glittered at his side. His youthful face a polished almost breed, the waving horse hair nodded on his head. His figured shield, a shining orb, he takes, and in his hand a pointed javelin shakes, with equal speed and fire by equal charms. The Spartan hero sheathes his limbs in arms. Now round the list the admiring army stand, with javelins fixed. The Greek and Trojan bend, amidst the dreadful veil. The chiefs advance, all pale with rage, and shake the threatening lance. The Trojan first his shining javelin threw, though on a tried his ringing shield it flew, nor pierced the brazen orb. Leaped from the buckler, landed on the ground. Atrides then his massy lance prepares, in act to throw, but first prefers his prayers. Give mate, great Jove, to punish lawless lust, and lay the Trojan gasping in the dust. Destroy the aggressor, aid my righteous cause, avenge the breach of hospitable laws. Let this example future times reclaim, he said, and poised in air the javelin sent. Through Paris shield the forceful weapon went, his corselet pierces, and his garment rends, and glancing downward, near his flank descends. The wary Trojan, bending from the blow, eludes the death, and disappoints his foe. But fierce Atrides waved his sword, full on his casco. The crested helmet shook, the brittle steel, unfaithful to his hand, broke short. The fragments sculpture on the sand, raised his upbraiding voice and angry eyes. Then is it vain in Jove himself to trust? And is it thus the gods assist the jest, when crimes provoke us? Heaven success denies, the dark fills harmless. Furious he sat, seized by the crest the unhappy warrior drew. To be continued.